Yeah, that is on. You know what? I gotta admit, we just clicked the record button and did not record anything just a moment ago. But iced tea, as we are here in the summer weather, in the horribly hot desert out here. So, okay, let's go ahead and pull up the latest or the last video here on the channel that we did. Um, let's see, where is it here? Uh, there it is, the last one. Hopefully, you guys caught last week's episode um, called "We Got Another Magnum." I don't know if it was. Hopefully, it wasn't misleading to us to say that we borrowed another Magnum. I know that some people say, "Well, it's clickbait." Well, we did get another Magnum. It's just not ours. It doesn't belong to us. We were very fortunate to be able to check it out for the channel's sake. This week, we do have some really cool stuff. We got a screwdriver out because we have something in this box. I was actually hinting at you guys about it for a little while now. I will tell you right now, we did this purchase earlier on this month, or last month, I should say, last month. But what you guys didn't know was a show or two ago was actually I was gone visiting my mom in California, so I wasn't actually here. So I told my buddy Olaf over there to hold off on shipping this out and wait till I get back and then ship it out, which he did. This is another set from Deer Hollow Enterprises, another set of grips there. So we're going to be unboxing this pretty much for the first time right here on camera. So we're going to go ahead and read through your comments first, and then we'll get to that and what they are and what they're outfitted for, and this special revolver right here on the table. And that one, yes, is mine. Had it for quite some time, and this has been a long time coming of doing this. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. All right, the first one here is by Jeffrey Richardson. Congratulations on 70,000. Let me make this bigger so I can read this because it's harder for me to read some of these. Um, Meeting you face to face is on my bucket list. Wow. Well, that is really that's really nice of you to say. Hey, by all means, anybody that happens to see me out and about or whatever, you're a fan of the show or whatnot, please come say hello. Absolutely. I'm nobody. Just come say hello. So don't be don't feel like you can't. All right, and then another one here from Jeffrey Richardson. I did ask. It was cool to see, and I actually kind of thought this was neat because I wanted to know, I guess, where people are tuning in from, in a sense. I was kind of like, because I remember somebody had said they were tuned in from their local coffee shop or whatnot, I mean, and I know like some people on like long haul drives or like I said last week, or we were talking about like being laid over on airplanes and stuff like that, or a long flight, like that. I don't do well in long flights. Thank goodness that the flight here from Arizona to California is like literally 2 hours. So it only gets drawn out if we have to stop in different airports and whatnot and try to avoid that. But so this is cool. Jeffrey Richardson here is tuning in with a cup of coffee at 6:47 in the a.m. from Oregon. Yes, that's pretty cool. Beautiful country up there. Never been up there and would love to be up there to check it out. I do believe Oregon is where they filmed Rooster Cogburn, if I'm not mistaken. Sean, morning, y'all. Always cool seeing an unboxing. Well, we got another unboxing, Sean. The 4-inch does look good. Have a great weekend. Yeah, the 4-inch Python was pretty cool. Actually, we were just out. Speaking of that, my buddy, when I returned it, he said, "Hey, you want to shoot it?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So we went out and actually shot it. First time for me for a long time, but it was mainly just to join him. And we went down to the local indoor range and shot it. It handled fairly well. It's a little louder than my 6-inch, and that's probably just due to the barrel length and all that. I don't know. Maybe it was just me seeming like it is louder, being maybe because I shouldn't be even commenting on that because I haven't pulled the trigger myself in a while. But it was smooth as hell. Obviously, just handled really amazing. He shot like 4 boxes of ammo through it, full house 357 Magnum. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I got to run a few cylinders through it myself. All right. Brody says, very cool, Bat Jack. Thank you for the show and answering my question. You're welcome, Brody. Like I said, that's what we do here. If there's cool stuff that we discover or, check out, we love sharing things. Like, you know what? One of the things, too, even though I make a lot of my own case lube, such as this, I actually use the old Tiger Balm bottle to pour it into. And this is a mixture of ballistol and beeswax. And this is just basically you take it from your fingers and apply it to the casings. That's my case lube that I use. A lot of times I just take straight ballistol and just go through and just kind of mix around. But honestly, if you're going to just buy some stuff straight out, Hornady One Shot. That's the stuff right there. That is probably the best case lube I've ever used. I've had some really horrible luck with some of the other stuff, like the Dylan case lube. It's a mixture of lanolin and alcohol, which I've actually made some of that myself, homebrew style, way back. The problem with that stuff is it coats everything with this sticky mess, and it gets everywhere. It's all over your ammo, it's all over your dyes, all that kind of stuff. So I try to avoid things like that. And that's another reason why I kind of stuck to ballistol, really. And I mean, it sounds as some people think it sounds absolutely crazy, but I literally take just a little bit on the hands and mix it up through the brass, and that's how I go about that. So, all right, and this one here is from my buddy T here. Very nice revolver. Tell your buddy thanks for sharing it with the rest of us. Yes, we did thank him very much for lending it to us so we can check it out. This one here is Richard. And Richard said, howdy, it's 2 p.m. Sunday here in the Philippines. Wow, that's way out in the Philippines. That's really cool. We've reached, and I've heard we've reached other places. I've heard people chime in from Australia. I've had people from the UK. So that really pretty awesome that this show has reached out many miles out there. I've been enjoying your show for the last 8 years. For at least 8 years. Wow, thank you. That's a long time. A lot of you have been subscribed to this channel and been following the channel for a very long time. Never missed an episode. I love them. Thank you. We're very, very appreciative of that, Richard. That's really cool. And this is from Slim Fire, my man Slim Fire over there. Glad to see your comments there. And, again, prayers to your wife. Hopefully she's getting better and pulling through a lot of that. Again, people, Slim Fire's wife, some health issues there. We hope that everything is okay on that end. Good morning, JW. It's 6:30 a.m. in Virginia, and I have coffee in hand. I have iced tea in hand this time around. I think last week's show we did too. It's because sometimes during the times when we produce the show, it is too warm for coffee. That's a beautiful Colt revolver. Thanks for the video, Slim. You're very welcome. Revolver TV says, I really liked that grip adapter that you had on your 4-inch Model 28. That was looking good in contrast to the wooden Magna stocks. I like it because it looked wooden, just like the stock. Yeah, I can't remember that one. I'm trying to think what it was. I think it was like a Pachmeyer T-grip thing that was on there. I gotta admit, I sold that thing. It's gone, and so I can't remember what it. Because I got rid of everything with it. I gave the grips and some extra grips and that adapter with it. I sold it off. Okay, this one here is from Lion Quest Fitness, and that's my good buddy Greg Newton over there. Keep up the good work, my friend. I may not watch all your stuff, but you do some fantastic work. The traffic to your channel is phenomenal, as it should be. I bought a Davidson's Garrison, if I'm pronouncing that right. I've always pronounced it that way. 1911, there was too much space between the feed ramp and the barrel. It jammed constantly. The FFL sent it back twice with no results. They just sent the same one back to me, back with no repair or replacement. The FFL had another of the same model, and they switched it out for me, which ran fine. He sent mine back twice more before they replaced it with a different and more expensive model. And I hate to say this because I don't like focusing on negatives of companies. That's not the first time I've heard Davidson's do that. And that's kind of a knock on them, because I'm going to tell you, that's one of the really big things that they push is that lifetime warranty replacement thing, yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to tell you this too. Uh, the FFLs, the Federal Firearms Licensed Dealers, when they buy from Davidson's, they actually pay a little bit more of a premium for the stuff from them wholesale for dealerships. So, and obviously that gets passed on to who? Us, the consumers. So when they get something from them, a lot of times the markup is a little bit more. Sometimes it's kind of dramatic, other times it's not. But it can be a little bit dramatic. And part of that is paying for that service or that ability to send it back, replace it. So that's kind of I got to say, it's a little bit of a knock on them on that. All right, lead 8541, 6:30 a.m. sipping on hot black coffee. I do love me some iced tea. Yes, good old iced tea. I am not a sweet tea drinker. My buddy is. I am not. It's too syrupy for me, I guess. Okay. This one here is from Randy. Randy says 4:30 a.m. TV room at home. Greetings from Tennessee. All right, awesome. These are from Tennessee, Sparta, Tennessee, to be exact. So, and one of my really good buddies, my close friend, lives out there in Tennessee. I need to go out, and when he gets everything situated, I need to take a visit and go see him, because I think that would be super cool. All right, and this one here is from Cap 5332. Good morning from Central Missouri. Coffee now, but iced tea later as it warms up today. Yes, it is strange. Colt put the 3 vents on the blued 4-inch when the stainless 4-inch has 2 vents. Why, Colt? Yeah. Hope you can get back to the range more often and enjoy your fine firearms. We only live once. Yes, I did. I did get back to it. We recently, like I said, when I returned the 4-inch Python to my buddy, and we fired it and got to check it out a little bit. So that was cool, and got to shoot it a little bit. I brought along my Model 29 just because, I felt like we got the 4-inch Python, got to represent the dirty, hairy side of the club. So, yeah. But, yeah, I have no idea why they did the 3 vent ribs on it. I wish they hadn't have done that, to be honest with you. But it didn't fully kill it for me. I still enjoyed the thing. It was still awesome looking. Checking it out with him, it was pretty cool. So, not bad. This one here is from Mickey Mantle. Big caps, easy reading. Greetings. Thank you. That is pretty cool. Like the big caps. Total agreement. Shooting is not so easy with busy life for us working stiffs. It is not. It is not, especially when you work a job where your days are split off, like this guy right here. Collecting is easy. Safe queens versus shooters. Share what we have. Equal, great Saturday morning shares. I picked up an early 70s Smith & Wesson K10 in 2-inch. Ooh, I love little snubby guns. I really do. Sweet Colt batch at JW. Thanks for the great show as usual. Blessings, my friends and everybody. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mickey Mantle. I appreciate everybody that comments. The more comments, the better. I truly appreciate it. Your comments and everybody that tunes in and everything. You are the show. You are what makes this work. I keep saying that. I can't stress it enough. Without you folks, we have nothing here. We're not. This is pointless to do. So please don't ever forget how important you are to click on these shows that we do every Saturday morning and comment. It means everything. You are this. You are the channel. You're without you, like I said, there's no point in doing this. So greatly appreciated. DB, top of the morning, and JW says 2:20 a.m. Wow. Man. So that is so cool that I can't, it's just, to me, it's so awesome to see and read so many of your comments and everything from people that, this program is a part of your Saturday morning, your coffee and everything. It means the world to me and where this channel has landed and what we've been doing. So I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So what do we have here from Deer Hollow Enterprises? And what we have here, this here is a somewhat, it's rare in a sense. It's a 2-inch or 2.5-inch Colt Diamondback. I bought this some time ago. I was really lucky that I got this through a broker auction from a guy out in, I want to say he's in Pennsylvania or something. He had a very strange, I would say it was more of a frustrated description of stipulations and things that he kind of wanted, like a statement that he wanted. Which to me kind of said he's probably encountered some really unsavory situations, which, like, unfortunately that does happen. And the unfortunate part about when that affects things is, say, for instance, like we talked about a channel called Pizzal that I watch. And he used to paint hockey masks from Friday the 13th and, paint them and use his own artistic talent on them. And then he ended up usually selling them. And he was actually, not intentionally to sell them, but he ended up selling quite a few of them. But he quit doing it because of some bad transactions that ended up probably costing him some money. And then he quit doing it. That's kind of the bummer part of that nitpicking, just not like, come on, like, just don't be too hard on things, and when you have individual stuff or I guess, in this kind of a realm, you got a honey hole that's really awesome. They're not the big box enterprises and all that, with these people like Olaf here with Deer Hollow Enterprises, what he's doing by producing these reproduction grips of the Colt stuff, this being the Diamondback, and Python grips. It's like, to me, his product is so important to the new Python. It helps make that, for me, like collectors like me, that's that last golden key is his grips to those guns, because the ones they come with are great. There's, they're great for what they are, modern mass-produced grips. Something like what he's doing, one-man operation, sure, he sells out quick. Yeah, because have you seen his products? If you haven't seen it, trust me, 100% worth it. And you'll, once you have a set, buy a set, and you have a Python or they fit the new Anaconda, you will realize why he sells out so quickly. So it's important not to, and he's had his share of, lame transactions and whatnot. So this time around, so this is what's interesting about this. So in other words, I got sidetracked. Back to buying this. When I bid on this and actually won, it was so cheap. I'm not saying it was like a total steal, but it was so cheap that it beat out most of all the auctions that I saw these at. And if you're familiar with this particular Diamondback, you know how expensive it is. And it just, I don't know what the deal is, why it always was expensive, but every time I saw them, they were up there in thousands of dollars. To me, like, no darn good reason. So when I saw it and it was the price that it was, I said, you know what? I'm gonna see if I win this thing. And I did. And I got it, I got it right here. So the grips that it came with, very worn down, original grips, but just looked like they've been through the ringer, which didn't match the rest of the condition of the revolver. So, and also the pin was bad. So they just, obviously the grips are loose. He said they were loose, but the grips being loose was because of the pin. The pin was terrible. So in this box, I bought the pair of brand new service grips from Deer Hollow Enterprises, and he also included the pin that he sells, the frame pin. So let's see if the new pins will fit these old frames. We're not sure. Could be, we might need to tap it in with a hammer, or it might go in with hand pressure. We don't know. I don't know. We're about to open this up. I have not actually opened this box at all. You are witnessing me unboxing it for the very first time. And obviously, if you've seen, we did do a standalone video with it, obviously, because I wanted to show you guys up close what this stuff looks like. All right, there's that. And there's his, yes, this is the invoice dealio. He always packs them very well. There's the, oh, he threw in a couple extra pins there for me. Thank you. That's pretty awesome. All right. Didn't need to do that. I just said I only needed one, so that was pretty cool on his part. There they are. Look at that. Man, I tell you. Oh, man, these grips are cool. These ones are wow, look at that. It is so cool to and that's the thing is you get a brand new set of grips. Look at that. Look at these grips. Boy, are these cool. I ordered them with the silver medallions because that's what my original one had. They were silver. And I did recall or read that the silver ones are dated to the older guns. So, wow, that's cool. And of course that. Please help us out. We can't advertise like the big companies do so the customer reviews on our website are the only way to get the word out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this guy deserves every bit of lip service we can give him out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull one of these pins. Let's see. This is the part. Oh, look at that. Perfect fit. It just went right in there. Yep, went right in there and stopped where it needed to be. Let's go ahead and pop these on here. Did you hear that snap into place? Did you hear that? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So that's, man, I tell you, look at that. It gives it the best look and feel right there. Look at that. I'm happy with them. That's pretty cool. So there they are, all put together. Man, look at that. I definitely like that. That is so much better than the original ones that I've had on there. These are so much better. They give it that sweep. Of course, you know, why I really like this is because of Bullitt. You know, Bullitt made me want to get one of these so badly, and I'm so happy I got it and everything, and now outfitted with a brand new set of grips that makes this thing just pop out like crazy. So anyway, there it is. That's pretty cool. Man, I don't know how he does it, but these grips are just something to behold. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here because it is hot.